binoculars and welcome back to Vigo Vasa. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with Vitor Roque, as it has been reported that Barca will finalize the 45 million euro signing. Of course, despite Manchester United and PSG hijack attempts, we are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Oriol Romeu, as it has been reported that the former La Masia midfielder is waiting strongly for Barcelona offer. Advancements expected next week. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, endeavor to hit the subscribe button. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. As Barcelona continue to fight Real Madrid for the acquisition of Arda Güler, they are also working on the signing of Vitor Roque, and this week could be decisive to know the future of this young forward. We have reported before that Barca and Atletico Paranaense already have a deal in place for Roque, reportedly worth 35 million euros plus 10 million euros in bonuses. This was made possible after Alexandre Matos, CEO of the Brazilian club, visited the Barcelona facilities. It is believed that the 18-year-old will commit to Barcelona for 6 seasons until June 2029 with a termination clause of 1 billion euros. Now, as reported by Mundo Deportivo, all that remains in the deal is for Barcelona to send the last documents to Atletico Paranaense so that the 18-year-old officially becomes a cooler, and it is said that this movement can take place anytime during the next week. This is because the relationship between the two teams is extremely good, and both parties are optimistic about closing this operation in time. Meanwhile, it is also said that teams such as Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, and even Paris Saint-Germain have called Vitor Roque's representatives, asking them to force the player to change his mind. But as Mundo Deportivo reports, the forward is very clear about his decision and is not thinking of any other team. Now, Barcelona do have some limitations in terms of finances, but looking at the bigger picture, they consider Vitor Roque as the future replacement for Robert Lewandowski, and for that, the Blaugrana must take care of all the issues so that they can register him without any hassle. However, in case they somehow fall below the margin, the forward will remain at Atletico Paranaense until January. At the moment, both options are on the table, which makes the coming week extremely decisive for the parties involved. Of course, the race for Vitor Roque, despite Barca securing the player, according to the reports that we have been getting, the race is still on. And of course, to the level where some clubs in Europe, like United, like PSG, are trying to hijack the player from Barcelona because they know very well that Barca have already reached an agreement with both the player and the club. And it's just for the deal now to be physically signed, which is still haven't. Of course, Barcelona currently are confident about Vitor Roque coming to Barca to be a future replacement for Lewandowski and a backup for now. But Barca are not in a panic mode. According to reports, they are hopeful that the deal will be done. Vitor Roque, of course, has been a player that Barca have been eyeing for such a long time. And I truly believe that, he's the player for the future. He's a striker that, if he continues to show the performances that he has been doing lately, he's a player that will stay for Barca for a long time. He's still very young, just 18 years old. And of course, Barca are using the right strategy that is bringing in the young players where the club's future is in safe hands. Of course, even if PSG are trying to hijack or United, I don't think there's anything that we should be scared of. We shouldn't be scared of that. Of course, we know the media have not been talking a lot again about Vitor Roque because Barca have already guaranteed that they will sign him. But now one thing that is still not clear is if Vitor Roque will come this summer or he will come in January or he will come next summer. So there's still no decision yet. It all remains, there are still negotiations that need to take place. And from there, we'll know actually if Vitor Roque will be coming now or Barca will just book him and, sign him later because of financial fair play. Of course, a lot still needs to be decided because Barca so far can't even register the only signing they have made in players like the former Man City player Ilkay Gundogan have been signed but have not been registered. And Barcelona still have a lot of things to do in order to balance the books so that registrations can be made. And also one thing that is still disturbing me honestly is the fact that player sales have been very slow. And we have been getting players still refusing openly in interviews that they don't want to go. They still believe that they will stay. I'm talking about players like Ansu Fati, players like Ferran Torres, who recently spoke again. Like Ferran Torres has spoken like twice in a week about his insistence of staying put at Barca. And of course, that is where Barca face a lot of issues because we know that the club are going to face a lot of difficulties to register the new signings, talk less of even buying new players. As it stands now, despite the number of rumors, the links that we have been showing for players, Barca can go for their desired target now if they don't sell at least a player. So let's see how the coming week will look like. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. A recent update regarding Oriol Romeu's future has indicated that the 31-year-old is currently waiting for Barcelona to make a move for him. Adding to the news, Mundo Deportivo claims that the Blaugrana entity has informed the midfielder that there should be advancements on Monday or Tuesday. The outlet claims that Xavi is in a hurry to finalize the transfer. This is mostly because he has made peace with the fact that the 31-year-old is the best low-cost option available in the market right now. Adding to it, he is also a former La Masia player, meaning that he understands the Barca philosophy and style of play somehow. On the other hand, there are some people at the club who believe that the team should wait for some exits. Xavi's idea, however, remains the fact that the team should sign a defensive midfielder to cover the hole left by Sergio Busquets' departure before the preseason camp begins on July 10th. All this uncertainty has forced Romeo to wait for Barca. He is waiting to see what happens between Girona and Barcelona. He is totally aware of Barcelona's interests, but he wishes to stay in the background. As far as Girona are concerned, they do not want to speak on the player or on the transfer as they are starting to feel extremely upset with Barca over the Blaugrana contacting Romeo directly without approaching the club. Earlier, they were flexible to negotiate a fee, but right now they are in no mood to do that. The message is direct. If Barca want to sign a player Romeo, they must pay the termination clause, which is worth 10 million. Barca understand that Romeo is the most affordable option available now in the market for them. They tried to acquire the likes of Subimendi, Kimmich, but nothing went as planned. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.